So the purpose of this model is it enables sustainable growth and long-term value creation. The idea is to be in business and continue growth, continue growing, and it keeps adding value. And it supports resilience. See, when you have that kind of clear model in front of you, you're not confused where to focus, where to prioritize, where to invest. You go in that order and brings discipline and stability even in uncertain environments. And in today's world, there's so much instability, so much disruption, so many new things happening. So we need to have a very firm and resolute discipline to go by. And this model helps you do that. By doing that, you also enhance your competitiveness and operational efficiency, because we are saying we are not losing sight of cost. We go right to the cost after cash flow, and that's where we invest, right? So become competitive and improve efficiencies. And this provides a structured approach to decision making. Like in decision making, you have a situation, for example, you have a constrained supply, the demand goes up, instantly there is some event or let's say a pandemic or epidemic in a certain area, and that drive the demand. Immediately they need more in a certain area. Now the inventory is there, but you have to see how to reallocate. Then you have to do the process called arbitration. You discuss with internal teams and your external partners and maybe regulatory governance, depending on what kind of product it is. It is public health. Definitely you'll have to be in compliance with the regulations. And if it is like commercial product, again, you'll have to see the different considerations, how you want to reallocate. It helps you. Again, you look at customer service first, and then that follows up from there. The four pillars are, as we discussed, customer service, in that order, cash flow, cost, and capacity. But we need to have a balance between these and not optimized in isolation. What that means is that if businesses run on incentives, right? And especially in operations, departments, functions, they all have a target. And there are conflicts. Within a business, there are conflicting objectives. They seem to be conflicting, but actually they are all aligned with the corporate objective. Conflict meaning there's a marketing department and sales department, but their objective is to do the customer service at 100% level. For that, they would like to have every product available at all times. That's their objective. To do that, you may have to build huge inventories, and they might want to have even those products in stock which are not on the forecast, just in case somebody asks for it. So that's the desire, to be able to do customer service 100% level, and that's very good. That's the focus. However, from the cost perspective, if you do that, you may end up inventory that is way beyond your cash flow capacity and your something that is a sell just in case inventory. You don't want that. So, and then that's the objective of sales and marketing, to have everything available. But the conflicting objective from production is they're gauged on cost. They're cost centers. So they have to be answerable to how much they're spending, what's the cost efficiency, and we know the measure inventory holding cost and the inventory turns cost. So all those measures, they are held to accountability in terms of cost. This is very, very important. On the other hand, sales has to give the sales numbers. They would like to have every opportunity to sell, to be able to sell. Those two seem to be in conflict, but they're not. They are going to, for the same corporate mission, to be able to serve the customer and be competitive and also be efficient and proactive. And then you have the finance department. So they kind of guide both the departments who seem to be in conflict, but actually they're not. So that is so if you give incentive, just to sell, hey, just we need the sale number and forget about cost, that be imbalanced. And you give incentives to production, just make whatever you can, regardless of cost, then that's also imbalanced. So a balanced approach is that you have to look at the overall picture, like we see in the lean and theory of constraint strategy or philosophy, that you don't look at uh, isolation or local efficiencies. We look at the throughput of the system, how much you are making, how much you're buying, storing, making, and selling as a continuous stream. That's the concept of supply chain. So we're not looking at isolation, uh, localized efficiencies, which can be counterproductive. If you recall the the model that we study in theory of constraints, drum buffer rope DRB model, DBR model, drum buffer rope DBR. And the drum is your pace, is your churn. Example is if you are running an assembly plant, what is your takt time? How many minutes, after how many minutes each unit rolls out? And that's your drum, and the buffer is you must have not heaps of inventory, but enough inventory to enable continuous operations. And the rope is that's the signal. If you're running short, make more. Running too much, then slow down a little bit. So DBR is a very important concept. Give me 1 second.